Welcome to the Dandy Way Ministries, where we share practical Christian living to God's glory. I welcome you today to part 3 of our series of talks titled Earth Incorporated. In our last discussions, we found out that the Earth is a water planet with about 72% of the Earth's surface covered in water. We reviewed the Genesis chapter 1 account of creation of the earth and of the universe. We looked at the step-by-step details of how God created the earth in 6 literal days, and he rested on the 7th day. In this part 3 of our discussion, we are going to focus on man. The creation account, as recorded in Genesis by Moses, is from divine revelation. Hence, the description is imaginative and its expressions were concrete, pictorial, emotional, and poetic. The account is not based on any analysis of scientific data. Neither is it an account from memory. It cannot be understood based on logic. It is a faith account and can only be understood on that level. Like the rest of the Bible, it is inexhaustible by no one. The Genesis account peaked at the creation of man on the 6th day, followed by Sabbath on day 7. To review, let us go through the steps of earth creation again. God created light on day 1. The firmament, that is, the skies, on day 2. On the 3rd day, the seas and the land were separated and vegetation created. Then on day 4, the sun, the moon, and the stars were created. On day 5, God created the sea creatures, the fish, the great whales, and then the birds of the air. On the first part of day 6, God created cattle, creeping things, and other land animals. After each of these days, God looked upon creation and saw that it was good. The days were 24-hour literal days, as indicated in Genesis chapter 1, verse 5. The grand finale occurred on the second part of day 6. God created man. As we find in Genesis chapter 1, verses 26 and 27, and God said, "Let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, over every creeping thing that creepeth on the earth." So God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created him. Male and female, he created them. The word translated created is the Hebrew word bara, to create anew. This word refers to the creation of man as a spirit, the image of God. Jesus Christ tells us in John chapter 4, verse 24, that God is a spirit. And if God is a spirit, and man was created in the image of God, man is a spirit as well. The account of creation of man's body is found in Genesis chapter 2, verse 7, which states, "And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul." The Hebrew word to form, yatsa, means molding into a form, like a potter will do using pre-existing material. The spirit that was created in Genesis 1:26 was breathed into the clay mold, man, in Genesis 2:7, and man became a living soul.
The heavens tell of his greatness. The skies display his awesome craftsmanship. Day after day they continue to speak. Night after night they make him known. In creating the heavens, God also created the earth and formed man from the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life.
The woman was then created afterwards. At the end of the 6 days of creation, God saw everything that he had made, and indeed, it was very good. Please join me in the next episode as we continue to look at the nature of man, and I'll see you then.